Hi, today we're here at Raritan Bay Waterfront Park to talk about our newly painted mural, as you can tell from behind me. And we are with the artist Louie, who's going to tell us a little bit about himself.
Hi everybody, my name is Louie Blaka. I'm an artist based out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm a muralist, I'm a painter. I also teach paint and sip classes, and I am a creator of everything art.
So, to start off with, have you ever painted anyone else's work before?
No, actually this is my first time actually painting another artist's work. It's not something I traditionally do, but I felt that this was an opportunity for me to grow a little bit as an artist. And it's always good to challenge yourself and try things that are kind of outside the box. So this is the first time I painted another artist's work, which was fun, and I think it turned out great.
Did you have a favorite part to painting this mural? Is there any part specifically that you really enjoyed doing?
Yeah, actually the water was my favorite part painting. It was a challenge at first, you know, trying to achieve the watercolor effect that Julie created on the original piece and trying to apply that through paint on a larger scale on a concrete wall. You can imagine that might have been a challenge. So it was a challenge I was pretty excited about, and I'm glad with the result. So I think the center of the piece, the water aspect and the sky, was pretty much my favorite part of painting.
That's great. Can you talk a little bit about your process behind how you actually physically painted the wall?
Sure. So we start off with a few layers. The first layer is a sketch. So I used a spray can to sketch out the design by hand. Traditionally, you can use a projector or a grid system. I decided to just go freehand with it. I knew the image pretty well and I felt comfortable sketching it out on my own. So that was the first layer. After that, we had to block in the basic colors of the piece. So we just lay some flat colors down on the canvas, or the wall I should say. And then the last layer is the detail work. So we added some shading, we added crisp lines to the piece, we started to get the words in. So all in all, it was about 4 to 5 different layers from start to finish. And yeah.
Okay, great. How did you achieve that watercolor look that you were talking about?
So that technique was challenging, like I said. So I decided to take a wide brush and mix 2 different values of each color before I started the actual painting process.
Oh, wow.
What that allowed me to do was blend right there on the wall. So, you know, if you're using a spray can, you have different colors, you can kind of blend easily with the spray. With a paintbrush and exterior paint, it's a little bit more challenging because the paint is acrylic. So we had to work pretty fast. So it was important for us to have the colors pre-mixed. Once the colors were pre-mixed, we were able to mix them right there onto the wall and blend them together to give it that kind of watercolor effect.
Great. And how long have you been painting murals?
So I've been painting murals for the last 4.5 to 5 years. The first mural I ever created was a mural down in Miami. I did that for free.
Oh, wow.
It actually happened by accident. I picked up a spray can, we started spray painting a driveway, and it was exhilarating. It was one of my favorite mediums to use at the time, and after that I just made it a conscious effort to paint as many murals as I possibly can because I enjoy painting them, and I think they do a great service to the community and whatever space that they're, you know, painted in. It livens up the space, it brings people joy, brings them, you know, community pride. So it's a great way for an artist to express themselves and also give back to the community.
That's really great. And would you say you have a process for getting ready to paint a mural?
Yeah, so my process is very intensive.
Okay.
And by intensive, I mean mentally, right? Mentally, I have to get in the framework of, okay, I have to tackle this extra large wall. It's not something it's not a canvas, it's not a sheet of paper, it's not something that's tangible, it's not small. This piece, as you guys can tell, is huge, right? So there's a certain emotional investment, a mental clarity that you kind of have to have before going into a piece like this. You know, there were a few crew members here throughout the week and they saw me kind of working through my process. At certain points, I would have to sit back and just take a seat and stare at the mural. I have a process where I let the mural speak to me.
Yes.
Most people don't really understand what it means when an artist says they let the work speak to them. But, you know, at certain points throughout the week, I had to sit back and let the painting tell me what needed to get worked on, what needed to get fixed, what needed to get adjusted. So that's a big part of my process, you know, the pre-work, and then throughout the piece I have to kind of sit back, take a step, and, you know, let the painting talk to me. And then once I have a pretty good flow going on, then I'm working right through the piece. You know, it takes, once you get the ball rolling with a mural,
Yes.
it turns out smooth. It's just those first few days that kind of get over the hump of the sketch work, the first few layers. After you get through that process, everything is gravy.
Well, I know this was not your own work, so can you tell me what it was like working with another artist, specifically the winner, Julia?
So it was pretty cool. Julia was able to come help on the mural, I think 2 or 3 days. So she's traditionally not a mural artist.
Okay.
So I was able to help her, guide her through the mural process and give her some tips when the time comes and she's able to paint her own mural. She's able to take those techniques and those tips and apply it to her own project. But overall it was great. She was very helpful, very willing to be flexible on some of the design choices and execution choices. So it was very cool to see her, see her own work on a large scale. It started off from a watercolor painting and now it's a big mural in the middle of a park. So I'm sure it's a great, great accomplishment for her. And it's also great for me because there's a little bit of pressure when you're creating another artist's work, right? If I create a painting and I have another artist recreating my work, I know I want it to come out as great as possible. So I just hope that, I was able to execute to her standards. I'm sure I did, but, it's always a little bit of pressure when you're recreating somebody else's work, but she was a great sport about it. She was very understanding and very supportive. Like I said, she came to help out. And yeah, it was just a great experience.
Great, thank you so much. So is there anything else you'd like to mention about this lovely mural?
So honestly, I just hope that the community enjoys it. I hope that they take pride in it. We work really hard creating this mural for the community. And, as artists, we just want to do our part to make the world a little bit better, make it a better place through art, through color, through painting. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy it and see you soon.